Sonic, you finally found your family.
Try to keep up.
I know it hasn't always been easy, but you didn't change who you are in here.
Yeah, in my lungs.
Or your heart.
There's been a high-level security breach. And we need Team Sonic's immediate assistance. Project Shadow is far beyond anything we've ever encountered.
Shadow's story began a lot like your Sonic. But where you found family and friends, Shadow found only pain and loss.
All right, we got a rogue alien on the loose. How do we find it?
Start with the giant fireball?
I love it. Let's start with a giant fireball.
He is much more impressive than the hedgehog I fought previously.
Dude, I'm standing right here.
You're a colorful bunch.
We don't want to fight you.
Actually, Sonic, I would like to fight.
No, no! My turn. Can we just talk about this? He's too powerful. Sonic! I can't believe I'm saying this, but we need you-know-who.
This is a bad idea.
When has that ever stopped me?
Doctor! We have visitors.
This is sad, Robotnik. Even for you.
We need your help.
On one condition.
What? Do this!
If I can't rule the world, I might as well save it! I need room.
But, sir, I don't have the proper materials.
Found some.
When we're done, there won't be anything right.
Hey, no cheat code! What did you do?
What I had to.
Welcome home, my boy.
It's impossible.
Is it?
It couldn't be.
Couldn't it?
Are
you? In the saggy flesh.
And what is up, you guys? Welcome to the After Hours. We are live right now from the Late Night Bin. Hope everyone is doing well. Welcome in. Sorry, it's been a long time no see on X. Had a lot of different things going on. Been working, doing all that good stuff. But don't forget to like and subscribe before we get started on today's pod. Welcome back. Dude, first of all, let's just celebrate the fact that Sonic, of all characters, is getting it has a trilogy, you know, in a time where it seems so impossible. And let's not underestimate what it takes to make a movie. But in a time where it seems like so many projects can't even get through a trilogy, let alone one or two movies, man, I think that's pretty incredible for gaming as a genre to be out there. And, you know, Sonic, Mario is getting a sequel, all these different projects getting sequels, man. It's just a great time for video game movies right now. Great time for video game projects. So I'm super hyped and excited for Sonic 3. I didn't even see the first two in theaters. They were all on Paramount Plus, but I will be seeing this one. I do want to go see this one. Probably might take my boys with my oldest boy with me, which that's where I've been most of the time, spending time with my three boys, 1 3-year-old, 2 newborns. So it's been pretty hectic, man. But welcome. I'm glad to be back on the live, and so much, right? So much has been happening. So much that I've really kept silent about and not really said anything because, I mean, what else is there to say? It seems like everyone is right back in the exact same place. It seems like everyone's having the uh, the exact same kind of conversations that we were having, way before. And especially, first of all, I'll address Marvel later, but it's really the DC fans that are really like suffering right now, and I hate it for them. I really do. I hate it for. I mean, no, the Star Wars fans. I'm sorry. I hate it for all the Star Wars fans suffering right now because of you know Disney had, and I said it before. Disney's done a lot of some good things. With Star Wars, they've done some incredible things, and then they've done some things that just leave you like oh well, you know what I'm saying. But overall, I just don't think the state of Star Wars is very, very good right now. I don't think it's good at all. And I didn't have, I can only be real about it because I don't have the energy to just like stay on Twitter all day and argue and debate every single little point that I disagree with, because at that point it becomes tiresome. And then, you got the clickbaiters, the rage baiters, the people who are purposely posting these horrendous Star Wars takes just for attention, just because they can. And then that's when it just becomes annoying. I'm like, why am I wasting my time doing that when I could be, actually enjoying something that I love? And that's where it's led me to just get back to being a fan overall, because this other stuff that they have going on is tedious. It is like it's tedious, man, and understandable, and it's understandable at some points because the Acolyte got canceled, right? And I hate that. Well, do I hate that? Somewhat, maybe, because there's just the Acolyte didn't do enough. The Acolyte did all the wrong things outside of having a great lightsaber duel, great lightsaber battle, great choreography, I think, which really shine bright. Other than that, I think that there is a lack of testing the water up there at Lucasfilm. I think there's a lack of hey, let's see what the fans are talking about. Let's see what it's looking like out here. Let's sample some things and then see where we go. And I know they say you can't please everyone, and I know they say it's hard to please the Star Wars fan base, but I don't really believe that, because you talk about the prequels, you talk about episodes 1 through 3, and how people just they hated on them at first, but over time they changed their mind. Well, that was because the prequels were built off substance. The prequels were built off George's vision, which is why in retrospect they're so beloved and respected. End of story. No one's going to argue that. You can still dislike them all you want, but it doesn't change the impact and the legacy that they've had on Star Wars as a culture and as a whole. So when it comes to Disney and what they're doing, they're not really testing the waters here to see what's like. Okay, if you wanted to make an Acolyte show, I'm pretty sure a lot of fans would have loved to see Darth Plagueis ahead of time. That's not hard. You already have an expanded universe book about Darth Plagueis that probably is already canon too, because of what happens in episode 3. So all you have to do is adapt the Darth Plagueis book, and boom, there's the Acolyte right there. But instead, you have a bunch of people who are just trying to create something new instead of drawing inspiration and drawing from what's already been established and just working with what's already been established. And so that has become a major problem with Star Wars. And so, right, I understand why everybody's upset, and I get it, man, because at some point this has got to stop. Because now Star Wars as a whole, the franchise is like in disarray. Like, is there any unified vision as to where we're going with this thing? And I know the sequel trilogy sucked a lot of air out of people, so I get that. That's cool. And it kind of sucked the air out of me too, because after you after that, I mean, where else is there to go with the franchise? Where else is there to go? I guess it's just time for everyone to log off and then go touch grass. You know, where do you go from there? So I don't know. It's weird. But I tell you what, it has been peaceful. It's been very peaceful not getting on Twitter and arguing with these delusional takes, you know, that I see on my timeline. So that it's been pretty peaceful is all I can say. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Star Wars. But again, shout out to Theory, shout out to all the other Star Wars YouTubers out there who are making great Star Wars content, who are striving and pushing forward to give the fans what they want. So shout out to them, and shout out to the true fans, man, who are just out there, you know, loving and supporting the franchise that they love. That's it. And that's all there is to it, man. So it's sad, bro, but I'd rather just not be online about it, because I don't know. I wish George would just come back and just take over the whole thing. I wish it would have never been sold to Disney to begin with. But like I said, there's been a lot of good and there's been a lot of bad with Disney Star Wars, but not consistency, which is the main thing that fans want. Happy 85th anniversary to Marvel. So, man, what a milestone. That Marvel's been in the game a long time, and I have to express how I feel about Marvel and just the impact that the brand has had on me as a kid. And this is before the MCU, this is before Iron Man, this is before all of that. We're talking about early 2000s Marvel, you know, the Maguire trilogy, Raimi trilogy, the Punisher film, which probably influenced me the most, I'd say, as an aspiring comic book artist and a writer. I think the Punisher inspired me the most. My fondest memories of Marvel as we celebrate its 85th anniversary is staying up late at night and watching Thomas Jane's Punisher over and over and over again. And I couldn't stop watching. I just love the story of Frank Castle, the soundtrack, you know, Eyes Wide Shut by Edgewater. Shout out to Edgewater if you guys are still out there. Shout out to y'all, man. Eyes Wide Shut is one of my favorite songs ever, off one of my favorite Marvel movies ever. And growing up with the Raimi trilogy, of course, how can we not talk about the Raimi trilogy? I would spend hours late at night watching the behind the scenes of all of these films. And it's that impact that Marvel has on you. I saw a video today that said, never underestimate the bond between a boy and his favorite fictional characters or superheroes. And I think that reigns so true. Don't underestimate it. I've spent so much time with these characters, reading about them in comics, watching their movies, and being inspired by them. And this 3 months that I've had since my two newborn sons have been born, I spent time with my oldest boy, Asher, and I posted about it. We just got into watching, we watched X-Men 97, which was a blast, by the way. Unfortunate what's going on with Creator right now, because that sucks for him. That was terrible stuff for him. Shouldn't have done that. But X-Men 97, nonetheless, was such a great show. And me and my son watched it weekly. Like we couldn't wait. And then that was his doorway getting into the old 90s X-Men, which I had never binged a lot of. So together we binged the whole X-Men series from the 90s, and that was a great bonding moment between me and my son that I'll never forget. Just spending time Saturday and just watching, we probably watched like 2 or 3 X-Men episodes during the day, and then late at night when I have the first shift to watch my newborn boys, we just stay up till like probably 2 or 3 o'clock and probably catch 5 or 6 episodes. X-Men. So we finished the whole series. And then before that, and this DC, but still the moment's still awesome. We got to we finished the Batman animated series. But other than that, man, it's never underestimate the power between a boy and his fictional heroes, or a girl and their fictional heroes, if that's you out there. But Marvel has had such a profound impact on me as a kid, and it has influenced a lot of my life. And of course, now sitting here as a grown man talking about this stuff, which is, don't ever let anybody tell you that you're too old to be into this stuff, because that's just absolutely ridiculous. You know, we find all the time in the world for uh for people to make these crazy videos and do all these narcissistic attention seeking videos, but let somebody get on here and start nerding out, and all of a sudden, but that, even back then it wasn't as trendy, but now it is, because now everyone's a Marvel fan, everyone's a DC fan, everyone's into the MCU, everyone, which I'm not gatekeeping. I love that. It The MCU opened that door for general audiences, not just us hardcore nerds and fans, but for the general audience to get involved and to learn about the legacy of these characters. That's incredible. I'm all for it. I'll never tell someone, no, you shouldn't get into Marvel because you didn't grow up on it like that. No, I'll never do that, because for me, this is a dream come true to have witnessed this for 10 years plus of Marvel just telling this epic story, phase 1 through 3, then, phase 4, and now we're going into 5 now. So to still be here and to still be experiencing Marvel's greatness in cinema is amazing, and just Marvel's greatness overall. So, the comics may not be what they once were, but I still celebrate that legacy of all that they have accomplished and what they've inspired from that and what they've inspired in me. So, man, just 85 years of Marvel, man, that's incredible. That's just incredible. That's a lot of work. It's almost 100 years, man. Those characters have some miles on them. Spider-Man, Daredevil, Punisher, X-Men, Fantastic Four, who's coming out, who's getting their movie in the MCU now, First Steps, which I'm beyond hyped about too. So I'm very hyped about that. So, man, just incredible time. Shout out to Marvel, 85 years of Marvel Entertainment Comics, just Marvel as a whole. R.I.P. to Stan Lee. Shout out to the GOAT. So, man, and we're not done yet. That's the crazy thing. We're not even done. We still have probably 3, 4, 5 more years to go, and we're still not done. We still have Avengers, Doomsday coming, Secret Wars is coming, Fantastic Four, another Black Panther movie, Thunderbolts, Captain America. We still have such a long journey to go. We haven't even touched the bottom of the Marvel universe and where this story could go. We haven't even touched the surface of it. That's how massive the treasure trove of Marvel is. We just dealt with the Infinity Saga. The Infinity Saga is only really one small part of Marvel Comics' vast universe of stories. We still have, they just got done with the Multiverse Saga. We still have the mutants to get into. There's plenty to get into. We haven't even got the X-Men yet. We have Deadpool and Wolverine, which is a sort of, I saw it as a testing ground. I think Deadpool and Wolverine was a testing ground to see what they could do in the future moving forward with the X-Men. And I'd say based off that test, they passed, and fans definitely want to see more. And I'll be there for it. I'll be there for it, man. Absolutely. Shout out to Alien Romulus, which was great. Alien Romulus was freaking awesome. It was good old fashioned alien movie with some extra at the end. But as I told you guys, man, I really like getting into those movies where there's that depth in it. You know what I'm saying? There's a little, extra conversation to be had about it because of the message. And when Ridley Scott did Prometheus, that one was very deep, exploring the engineers and exploring, the concept of the discussion of creation and belief and all those different things. And then Alien Covenant, which is my favorite. Now I know Alien Romulus passed up Covenant for box office. I went to go see Covenant twice in theaters because it was just that good to me. But Covenant is the best Alien movie. It's my favorite Alien movie, hands down. It's my favorite because that bridge between Prometheus and then the first xenomorph being created, that's a powerful message that it sends, about David the android being abandoned, and then out of that hatred that abandonment that Peter Whalen left him in, he created a monster that he thought was perfect because he wasn't allowed to create. It's sort of a message for AI. It's a message for technology. It's a message for, the conversation of belief and creation. So, of which I tell people all the time, I'm Christian, so I don't have an issue. But I just like getting into those deep conversations, about that. So it's Alien Covenant really hit the spot for me. It hit the spot for me as a horror film. It hit the spot for me as an alien film. And I know Romulus didn't quite have that level of depth. It didn't need to. I wouldn't ask it to do anymore. Maybe Ridley Scott comes and does the next Alien movie and closes out that chapter, that trilogy with Prometheus, Covenant, and then a third Alien movie, maybe like Alien Revelations or something, which would be great. I would love to see the end of that story. I would love to see what happened to Daniels and the crew out and the colonist. I would love to see that. So here's to hoping. And if they do it, they do it. Avatar is coming out with Fire and Ash. Looking forward to that. I still need to rewatch the second one. I missed that in theaters. I really wanted to see that in theaters. I play the trailers at the beginning of every live stream because for me, that's just it gives you hype. It gets you hype for what's coming next, but it seeing it on the big screen, seeing it with that live sound, that huge sound is just unbeatable. And it's something that you just can't get enough of. So I play the trailers at the beginning of everyone because I love trailers. I love trailer reactions. And a movie is supposed to tell you what it's about just by that. Not necessarily mislead you, even though there's quite a bit of that going on, but a trailer is supposed to give you the vibe of what it is and what's going on. DC fans are, in this final 5 minutes we got here, DC fans are just, I don't even know. I haven't talked to a lot of DC fans lately outside of my co-host and my brother, Evan Elliott, my dog. I haven't really talked much about DC because DC's in cooking mode right now. They're just cooking, man. Like let James Gunn cook. Leave the man be. Like one step at a time here before you guys start branching off about cinematic universes. One step at a time. Just let it be. One step at a time. That's all we need. I see far too many comments of people, either asking for the old DCU to be redone or some crap like that. And I'm just like, come on, man. Like, let it go. I'm the biggest Snyder fan there is, but all my talk about Snyder's work is I'm hyped for Twilight of the Gods. That's going to be an awesome freaking anime. I'm hyped for that. My reaction trailer has not dropped, but I got to drop one for it. I love Twilight of the Gods already, even though it hasn't dropped. Zach is supposed to be coming back for 300, a 300 TV series for Warner Brothers, so I'm super hyped about that. Rebel Moon the director's cuts were freaking awesome, and I need part 3 and 4. So, Zach is balling right now, man. Zach is balling, and that's without the DC universe. He doesn't need DC anymore to be relevant. No. My support is on what he's got going on right now, not what's already gone and past. That's done. So I feel like anyone who's spending this unhealthy amount of time under every single DC post, posting hashtag restore the Snyderverse, I feel like you're wasting your time when you could be enjoying what Zach is doing right now in the moment. Enjoy what Zach is doing right now in the moment instead of focusing on what we don't have, what's already passed, bro. That's done. It's over with. It's over with. Just let it be. Leave it be. It's done, dog. So that's where I'm at. That is where I'm at right now. Like and subscribe. We are now 27 minutes into After Hours. Like and subscribe. Follow me here on X. Follow me on YouTube as well. Shout out to the YouTube fam. You can follow me J House Comics on YouTube. Shout out to all you guys hanging in with me. Shout out to all you guys hanging in with me tonight. I created After Hours because in the midst of a pretty busy life, when we get busy, I feel like those nights where you come home and the family's asleep and all that, this is really the only time you have to like really just relax or do whatever you want, play video games or watch a movie, all that stuff probably before 2:00 in the morning maybe. But I get it from my dad. So Dad, if you're watching this, I love you. It's your fault that I'm a night owl and that I stay up at all these ungodly hours. I get it from you. My dad used to stay up late at night when everyone would go to bed and he'd watch Steve McQueen movies. He'd watch Bullet. I got into Never So Few. Never So Few is one of my favorite Steve McQueen movies with him and Frank Sinatra, Gina Lollobrigida. One of my favorite classic movies of all time. And I'd stay up all night watching that. I might run that back after the live, really. I feel like I want to run that movie back. I haven't ran that back in a while. It's one of those old school escapist movies. I love it. Man, oh man. Game of Thrones, shout out to the crew for Game of Thrones. I know House of Dragon Season 2 did not amount to what we wanted it to, but this Season 3 better be hitting. So they're lucky that we have Night of the Seven Kingdoms coming up, so we don't have long to wait. We're going to have more Game of Thrones in the meantime. Game of Thrones fans are eating right now, man. Eating. I don't know when George going to finish that book, though. Y'all might be waiting on that for a while. George is it's going to be a minute before he finishes that book up. It's going to be a minute before he finishes that book. But, yeah, House of Dragon Season 2 was not... It wasn't bad. It's just that nothing happened. Nothing happened, bro. Like, me and my wife set up religiously for this. We set up religiously for Game of Thrones, and nothing happened this entire season. What's up, Bendu? Bat Kid? Nah, Evan's not here tonight, man. Evan... Shout out to Evan Elliott. Shout out to my dog Evan. He's been working hard. He's been working and doing his thing. So he's been busy. So we just been chilling. Dang, where's everyone? It's so empty in here. Nobody's in the comment sections, which is fine because I got a few people watching already on X and YouTube. So it's all good. But I guess everyone's pretty nervous to comment, but it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, he's been working hard, man. He's been working hard. So, yeah, shout out to my dog, Evan. He'll probably join us this weekend, probably on Saturday, probably tomorrow's After Hour podcast. So, It'll probably be this weekend when we'll have Evan back, the OG co-host. Man, why ain't you on here? I'm just playing. You already texted me and told me what was going on, bro. So I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're doing okay, Dan. I hope you're doing great. Hope all is well with you, bro. Because I know how this app can get. I know how being on the internet can get. And sometimes you just got to back away and log off and unplug and, get away from it all. So I totally understand, bro. I get it. I totally get it. But yeah, man, lots of great films getting ready to come out this year. Lots of great films and the foreseeable slate for 2025. Everyone, what I'm seeing right now too, I'm seeing everyone give so much love to the Batman, and I'm like, well, duh. Like, I've been waiting on them to give the Batman flowers since forever. I wish I had that tweet so I could pull it up right now. I said it. I said, bro, the Batman is not going to be this super crazy film that's going to have to like be on edge 24/7. It's going to be one of those slow building films that you're going to have to really pay attention to. And it's going to be a real, like, artisan film. And then lo and behold, when the Batman came out, AMC put it under their artisan films banner. And I'm like, see, I told y'all this wasn't just no regular superhero movie. This is different. And lo and behold, the Batman was different. It was a real deal detective noir style Batman movie where Batman, from first person perspective, wrote and brought it. That I think that film really brought us more intimately, made us more intimate with Batman than we ever have in film. And I love Ben Affleck. I love Christian Bale's Batman. I love Keaton's Batman. Every Batman has been different, but Pattinson's Batman is the one I think that brings us closer to Batman. Like, it puts us almost darn near in the suit with the way that he talks about how things have been going in year 2 and how he operates at night, where the criminal element is, how he can't be everywhere at once. Those are details that we only get really from the comics when we look at it. Those are details that are only expressed in the comics when Batman is talking directly to us in that perspective. Because right now I'm reading the New 52 Batman. I had just got done reading Nightfall, which was pretty crazy. That one went wild. So now I'm reading the New 52 Batman. And New 52 Batman starts with the Court of Owls storyline. And probably previously even before that, but especially in New 52, Batman, shout out to Greg Capullo. I love Greg Capullo's art. Scott Snyder's awesome, amazing writer. Freaking just that writing, Batman talking to you from that perspective, telling you the details, of his day in and day out, telling you the details of his investigation, the revelations he's finding out. That kind of stuff is really only what you get from the comics when Batman is talking to you in that perspective. So to write it into a movie and to have Batman talking to the audience in that perspective brings the audience closer to Batman. We're not watching Batman do something and then he's talking, to somebody else and going through it in that situation. That's fine. But for Pattinson's Batman to have him be like, this October whatever 31st, I'm tired, it's been a late night, I've been working, I've been investigating, there's more murders, the criminals are scared, blah blah blah, to just be giving us that exposition or to be giving the audience that talk brings you closer to Batman. It's a unique way, and I'm surprised no one's ever done it before. No one's ever done it before. Not saying that there's nothing wrong. There's not a thing wrong with the way Nolan did it. There's not a thing wrong with the way Snyder did it or Burton did it. There's nothing wrong with that. But I'm like, I am kind of wondering, how was that perspective? How did anyone not think, hey, let's do a Batman movie where it's like detective style, and he's talking to the audience directly, sort of like he is in the comics, just letting us into his mind. That makes me love the character even more, because it's like Batman's trusting me with information that, like, you'll never know what Christian Bale's Batman is thinking as he goes through the Dark Knight. You'll know how he's responding and what he's saying to the situation and doing, but you won't know what he's thinking inside of his head. Same thing with Ben Affleck, which out of that one, the only thing you'll get from Batfleck's Batman, as far as what he's thinking about, is really his dreams and his nightmares, not really a word by word play of what's going on in his head as he's going through Batman v Superman. But the Batman, with Robert Pattinson, he's telling you everything, play by play, what day it is, how he's feeling, what's going on in Gotham City, just everything. And I freaking love it. I love it. And I can't wait for part 2. I know part 2 ended up getting postponed or whatever the case, but pre-production is going to start next year, they say. So the Batman 2 is coming. It's coming. And I'm so excited. I can't wait. I can't wait for the Batman part 2. In the meantime, we are going to eat with Penguin. So the Penguin series is going to be great. I can't wait for that. Super excited for the Penguin. Another thing going on with Batman in the world of DC is Joker. Can we just take a moment, please, to just like really take this in? That Joker is already one half through a trilogy. Like, the Joker will probably be the first villain, like iconic villain, to get his own trilogy. Joker, Folie à Deux, and then possibly a third Joker movie, which I pray they do, because I'm going to see every single one of them. I thought the first one was a masterpiece. The second one looks like it's going to be a masterpiece. It's a musical. It's a risk. That's very risky. But I mean, in the world of Joker and Harley, what hasn't been risky, and what hasn't been crazy in the world of Harley Quinn and Joker? What hasn't been crazy? So, you feel me? So, like, so I'm with it, bro. I'm so excited for Joker Folie à Deux. Going, like I said earlier, I love the trailers. I love to play the trailers because they give you the real vibe of what's about to happen. Seeing the Joker Folie à Deux trailer for the first time in theaters gave me goosebumps, and I'm like, yes, I gotta be here for it. I was there for the first one. I gotta be here. I gotta be in the theater for that one. So it's gonna be crazy, man. DC fans are getting set up to eat good. The Batman Part 2, Penguin, Joker Part 2. Yeah, like, it's about to be eaten. And then Superman is coming. So my perspective with James Gunn has not changed. Let that man cook. Let the man take his time. Let him be patient. And let him do his thing, man. Overall, let him do his thing. Don't rush this. It don't even got to be all that white, I'm glad that we're even getting another Superman movie. We still got, Batman coming in that universe, Swamp Thing. We got a whole bunch of DC projects on the way, and it's going to be done the right way. So, and WB is like out the way. They're not arguing with James Gunn. So that's a good sign. That's healthy. And I'm super excited, man. I'm super excited for what's to come with DC. I'm hyped. I think, didn't Transformers just come out with another movie? Transformers 1. I didn't even know they were coming out with that. But I was already like flabbergasted enough with Transformers Rise of the Beast and the Decepticons being there, and then at the end G.I. Joe is crossing over, so like Hasbro's doing like just throw it all. Like, yeah, let's throw G.I. Joe in there too. That caught me off guard, which I thought that we would probably get another G.I. Joe reboot before that, but they're like, Yeah, we're gonna do a new GI Joe reboot, but we're gonna throw the Transformers in there with them as well. So I'm not mad at it. I mean, I'm not tripping about it. Transformers movies are for one thing and one thing only: great times at the movies during the summer. Some of my favorite cinematic moments, my favorite theater moments have come from seeing the Transformers movies. Dark of the Moon probably being my favorite. Big audio, big sound, you know, big visuals. Michael Bay just does it like nobody else can with a Transformers movie. And his influence is going to be all over those movies, no matter who does it. Even with Rise of the Beast, his influence is still there. So I think that Transformers is still a great franchise, and there's gonna be a lot to look forward to. Good evening. What's up? What's up, Andreas? How you doing, man? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in, bro. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you're doing well tonight. Hope you're doing well. Hope everyone is doing well that's tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe on tonight. Don't forget to like and subscribe, or early morning for all my early morning people. Shout out to you guys, everyone working the late night shift, the overnight shift. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to my third shifters, so to speak. Shout out to the people who just can't sleep. Shout out to the people who can't sleep. Shout out to y'all. If you just having a problem sleeping, tune in, listen to me talk, and fall asleep. Shout out to you guys, for tuning in. If you're just tired, you can always tune into the after hours. I will put you to sleep. I will sit here and talk your head off until you go to sleep. Oh, for real. I will do it. I will. But other than that, man, I think Deadpool and Wolverine was great. I want Zach to just drop the rated R cuts first, like off the rip. Just drop, because like Rebel Moon and then the director's cuts are two totally different movies, literally. And I'm like, bro, just drop this the first time. If Netflix doesn't want to do it, forget those guys. Go shop it out somewhere else, man. Because I can't do it anymore. I feel like, bro, I can't do it anymore with these, like, having to wait for the director's cuts. I need that director's cut like first day. I need it first day. No ifs, ands, no buts about it. I need it first day. First day out, straight like that. And if I can't get it, I'm going to be upset. I'm going to be mad. Just like that. Because Zach feeds us too good. He feeds us too good, man. Zach is always cooking. He's always cooking something. He's always up to something. I'm really excited for Twilight of the Gods. Like I said, I'm super hyped for Twilight of the Gods. I think that's going to be insane. That is the most, like, Zack Snyder-esque thing I've ever seen. So I'm really super excited for it. And I cannot wait. I don't even think they have, I think they have the full Red Band trailer. Yeah, I think they do. I think they have the full Red Band trailer. Warning, this is a Red Band trailer that I'm about to show. So if you are not old enough to watch it, meaning, 12, whatever, 13, get off the live if you're not supposed to be watching this. Who am I kidding? You guys have probably seen worse. Social media. The kids these days have seen some crap that they're not supposed to see, of course. So, I mean, it is what it is. It's sad but true. Sad but true. It's just the reality that we're living in. Andreas says, I have my issues with Zach, but my goodness, does he make his films look beautiful? Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. People are always going to have an issue with Zack and the way he wants to tell a story. People are always going to have a problem with it, no matter what, even if it's, whatever the case. But no matter what, he's still going to make it the most visually beautiful film he can. He's going to do whatever he can to make it the most. You can never say that a Zack Snyder movie is ugly. That's one thing you can never say. No one can ever say that a Zack Snyder movie is ugly. You'll never be able to say it. And that's just how it is. That's just facts. Crazily enough. No one can ever discredit that. But yeah, let me see. I want to take a look at this trailer with you guys. If I can get it. Before the babies get to crying. Which I think probably about 1 o'clock the babies get to eat. Well, that trailer's not coming up. But anyway, it's fine. It's very NSFW, so I probably wouldn't want to show it on here anyway. I'll probably do it next time. Or do it on a trailer reaction, which is what I really want to do. I want to do a trailer reaction to it. And then I'll upload it to you guys. Who's getting Black Ops 6? Is anybody getting Black Ops 6? I want to. I really want to. Calling it a night, bro. Gotta have you on the show. Man, we're going to make it happen. I promise. We're going to make it happen this year. And I'll be in touch with you, man. You have a great weekend too, dog. Have a great weekend. Yeah, I want to get Black Ops 6. I can't wait for it. Zombie mode is going to be insane. And shout out to my sister Queese. Queese, if you ever see this, we are getting back on zombie mode. Back like we used to on Black Ops 1. And we're going to run it. Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. 48 minutes into the hour. 50 minutes to the hour. But this has been an absolute blast. It's been an absolute blast talking about everything with you guys again. And we're going to do it again tomorrow night. And it's going to be freaking epic. So shout out to everyone who tuned in on tonight's live. Happy Friday. It's officially Friday. So you guys have made it. It's freaking Friday. So shout out to you guys. Hope everyone's doing well. I hope it's payday for some of you. It ain't payday for me, sadly. Not yet. It will be. But shout out to you guys. Like and subscribe. Follow me here on YouTube at JHouse Comics. You can also follow me on X at JHouse Comics as well. Facebook at Eric Houston Jr. My Instagram, JHouse Comics as well. You can follow me there. I'll put my links up for next time. This podcast will be available wherever you get your podcast. I will have it posted for you guys tomorrow. And you guys take it easy. Have a blessed night. Peace.